It's time for our cheapskate alternatives. 3 second-hand cars that offer the best bits of pricier motors for a fraction of the price. This time, they're all about Bertoni. Exotic badges, Italian glamour, and all designed by one of the top names in the business. These are the best cheapskate alternatives to the Bertoni jet that Johnny drove in Italy. And instead of costing £500,000, they start at just £1,500. My first Bertoni bargain is the super cool Fiat X19, which you can pick up for just £1,500. Time for a test drive. When it was launched back in 1972, its mid-engine layout and styling made it look like a scaled-down supercar, so much so that it was dubbed the baby Ferrari. And with less than 400 on the UK roads right now, it's even more exclusive than a Ferrari. There is one area where the Fiat can't be compared to the prancing horse, though: performance. Instead of having a screaming V12 behind me, I've got a 1.5-litre 4-cylinder with 85 brake horsepower. Now, having said that, the car weighs less than a tonne, so it doesn't feel that underpowered. The X19 is a dream to drive, but watch out for bills that can bite. Check for a smooth change between second and third, and that reverse is engaged easily. If not, a reconditioned gearbox could set you back £500. Its biggest problem is rust. The main place to check is around the windscreen pillar and the suspension top mounts. If the rust has set in here, the engine has to be taken out to cure it, and that will cost you £1,000. Make sure the lovely little pop-up lights work properly. If they don't, a new electric motor could cost you £130. That's each. The X19 is a wonderful Italian wedge, but an extra £1,000 will buy you more power. The Alfa Romeo GT for just £2,500. These Bertoni beauties come with a range of engines, from a 1.9-litre diesel to a 3.2-litre V6, like this one here. The engine growl is fantastic, and it encourages you to keep your foot down and hang on to those gears. The Alfa GT offers great style for the money, but there are some common problems. Look through the paperwork and hunt for a car that's had an aftermarket limited slip diff fitted, because the original ones were notorious for exploding. And if that happens, the damage will cost about £1,000 to fix. And look for uneven rear tyre wear, a symptom of worn upper bushes. They're £200 per side to put right. My ultimate Bertoni bargain will blow your socks off. It's a Lamborghini Urraco for £20,000. The Urraco was designed as a budget Lambo to go up against the likes of the Ferrari Dino and Porsche 911. Behind me is a 3-litre V6 that's got 260 brake horsepower. So on paper, it's got the performance of a modern hot hatch. But in the hot seat, the steering wheel is quite heavy, and the gearbox, well, you have to be quite precise. It's sort of a vintage experience. The Urraco is a stunner, but be in no doubt it could leave you with empty pockets. When you're on a test drive, make sure it doesn't pop out of gear. If it does, that's a sign that the engine mounts are well on their way, and to replace them, it will cost you £250. Check for any fuel smells or leaks, as the hoses are prone to cracking and splitting. Replacing them is cheap and prevents an expensive Lambo flambé. Finally, rust. The front valance and wheel arches are the main areas to look out for, and check carefully because replacement parts are becoming increasingly rare. Serious work in this department can cost you thousands. So, if your bank balance can't stretch to the Jet 2+2, get one of these beautiful Bertoni bargains instead.